What a week it has been.
Right.
Facebook. Facebook on Monday at 7 a.m. decided to try to control political speech by banning the use of LGBTQ, gay, Muslim, black, religious labels, and other terms as political speech. It has affected the entire internet from the Facebook platform, including our show. On Tuesday, because of the use of a particular word, which I frankly don't think is so offensive, Power Infinity was banned for a 30-day suspension on Facebook. And I cheered. No, I didn't. The question is, what is Facebook trying to do? Are they protecting us from Russia by denying our First Amendment rights? What do you think, everyone?
Okay, well, let me jump in here. First of all, I think that I didn't know anything about the Muslim and the black and all that stuff. But as far as our community goes, I think that by Facebook saying that it is the LGBTQ speech is political, I think that they are on the wrong side once again. And this is not the first time that Facebook has been on the wrong side when it comes to our community. They have to understand that it is the government that makes our speech political. For us, it's personal. Anytime that we talk about our issues, for us, it's personal. So I think that Facebook is full of shit. And I really, as far as my situation, I was banned for 30 days because I let some racist Trump supporter have it, and I called him a dickhead. Now, now that would be when they gave me the ban, and they said, well, I was violating community standards. That would have been all fine and good, except for the fact that a couple days before this, I had reported somebody who was threatening people on a public post and calling them fuckfaces. So they then came back to me and said that that report did not meet their community standards.
What was the contradiction there? I don't understand why.
You don't understand what?
No, I don't understand why they would say dickhead was offensive, but fuckface wasn't.
I don't either, because it's not the first time that I found that they have not really been consistent across the board with their community standards. Wow. There was another time that I reported somebody for saying the word nigger, and they said that did not meet they sent me a message back saying that it did not meet their community standard violations or whatever. Wow. But one time I used the word coon when talking about Diamond and Silk or whatever, Plastic and Rayon or whatever their name is, and they banned me. So coon is offensive, but nigger isn't.
Wait, so how many times have you been banned?
Oh, honey, I'm a repeat offender. I am a repeat offender.
Do you think it's that you don't learn your lesson, or that you're fighting for a cause?
I just don't give a fuck. I really don't.
That's not true, though. You do give a fuck, because you're voicing support for people that don't always get that voice.
No, I don't give a fuck about the bans.
You aggressive.
Because I keep repeating, because I will still do the same thing over and over. I really don't care about the bans.
Actually, I want to underline Napoleon's observation that you may have run over. I agree with Napoleon. You have a right to say what you want in a First Amendment democratic society, and you're voicing support for those people that don't have a voice. That's what you're doing, and you're being banned and being controlled because it's being identified as political speech. That's the issue that's going on here.
Well,
so then what isn't political speech, even in this commentation?
Well,
everything is political speech.
That's the question.
Rights.
If we're trying to protect ourselves from Russia, which is what Facebook is trying to do, you understand what's behind this. is the ends justify the means. We're afraid of Russia, so therefore we'll take away your First Amendment rights. What do
Right.
you think, Karen?
I think it's ridiculous. I mean, but then again, Facebook has never been a champion for the First Amendment in the first place. You know, do you remember when they were banning drag queens and trans people for their names?
That's what I meant when I said it's not the first time they've been on the wrong side of our community.
It's constantly that you need a very given. You can only use your given name on Facebook, for example. So as anyone that has changed their name, I'm not sure if you dealt with that, but I don't go by my legal name. They tried to tell me that my name wasn't a name. It's not as big of a deal as telling me other parts of my identity are not, but that was the good start.
Yeah.
They have been in this battle for a very long time, but it doesn't matter because Facebook is antiquated and it will be dead in a couple of years.
I mean, I
anyway.
actually joined
Bye-bye,
the
Facebook.
movement. That when they were doing that, I actually joined the movement to fight Facebook on this issue. And for a long time, I had to change my Power Infinity page to Dale Wilson for like a year. And when we won the right to have our names the way that we identify ourselves, because for me, Power is not a stage name. You guys have to understand. Power for me is a nickname that I've had since I was 13. So more people call me Power than my legal name, Dale. So when we won the right to be able to have our name as we originally placed it, I was one of the few that was able to keep my name, Power Infinity, on my page.
Well,
a lot of people and transgender individuals are not.
I want to tell you that we're going to follow this very, very closely. And the reason we're going to follow this very closely is we're in a situation, a book was written 50 years, 60 years ago called A Brave New World. And this is the moment that we're reading from 60 years ago. There was no way that there could be a forecast that we would be facing political First Amendment rights being infringed upon for what they perceive as greater good, which is what's going on. They're defending America against Russia by denying our First Amendment rights. So we're going to follow this very closely, and we'll keep everybody abreast about what is going on.
I wonder if there was something because when I changed my name to Napoleon, and maybe it's because it was a more male-oriented name, I didn't get as much throwback as they got. I wonder if there was something about that because of it. I've gone by it since I was 13.
If you tried Napoleon plays, it would be the same thing. All of the RuPaul Drag Race girls were in a situation where they could not be identified by their professional name because Facebook said you're not a real person.
Yeah.
And that's what the Dale Wilson issue
Let it go.